everybody, this is Louisa and I wanted to share with you my configuration box. I've finally done it. It didn't take me that long, maybe a couple of days, a total maybe of 8 to 10 hours on and off. I've been doing it after, I've been spending a lot of time out on my 3 days off, so after I came home, usually starting around 2, I've been working on it since the past couple of days. I had my family in town. They just left now. So I've been spending time with them, some friends, did some shopping yesterday and so on. But I really wanted to get this done and I stayed up till past 10 finishing it up. It's finally done and there it is. And I gotta say that I will never make another one because it did bother me because of all the little boxes and everything. And I know I could just take my time and do one at a time, but I cannot take so long on one single project because then I will get bored. I'll put it aside and I won't get back to it. So I'm the kind of person who needs to finish a project as soon as possible, do the best that I can, and go on to the next. And that's what I did. But the part that was bothering me was all the little pieces of paper that I added to 4 sides of my boxes. I didn't even do the tops. As you can see, they're not finished. But it was starting to hurt me, so after I did the paper, I let it go, and then the next day I started adding my embellishments, which wasn't as bad, but there were still areas where I had problems trying to get the things inside. I didn't use 2 of these boxes. I left 2 out because this is just way too thin for me to try to play with, and I don't know what I'm going to do with that. First off, I want to thank Oak Tree Vibrations. Her name is Jen, and she had just showed a video. She did a tray, a printer's tray, or she made her own actually. She has some boxes where she cut and then she made her own little configurations box. So that's kind of what pushed me to actually go for it and just do it. It's been a long time since I've been wanting to do this. I've been mentioning it several times on videos as well and in my group, my Facebook group and stuff. This box was given to me actually in a swap, and I believe it was Pinkalicious Scrapper, and so I've had this for quite a long time and it's just been sitting there, and it's the Tim Holtz one, the Ideology, and it actually has this lid which I didn't use and an acetate cover I didn't use, but I'll save this for maybe some other project. Okay, so yeah, so thank you Jen for the inspiration and Pinkalicious Scrapper for giving me the box, and then a few other ladies. I've used a lot of pieces from racks and swaps, and I've used some of my own hoarded items like this metal lamp here, and there's a frame in here that I use. And so everybody that I don't remember who's given me something, thank you, but I do know 3 ladies that I'll name as soon as I get to those pieces. I used, on the outside of my box, I used papers from Lost and Found, from My Mind's Eye, and it's Lost and Found Union Square. So on the outside of my box, on the sides and the back, I used that. On the insides of my box, I used Romance Novel. This way I don't have to go through them. I added pieces of this, and I don't know if this piece was from Karen JB Lady Scrapper or not, but I know she had given me some of this, but somebody else gave me some as well, so I have 2 different kinds. I don't know who was who, but thank you for that. I used some of that, and this gorgeous trim I used down below here. I think it was also from a rack. On the outside, I did some stenciling using this stencil here, and I just used gesso this time instead of modeling paste because I didn't need the texture, I just needed the look. I did distressing with black soot. And what else? There are trico flowers on here, wild orchid craft flowers, and then flowers that were given to me by Jane Cardenas. These all the little white flowers that you see in here, and then some from my own stash. And let's see what else. These little wooden books. These little wooden books came from Melissa Tanner, and then this little wooden piece here, this little phone, is from Kim, and I think she picked those up from Crafty Emily's. Alright, so now, let me start. I'll show you the back first. I did finish it. I went ahead and added the paper, which I inked. And then that paper will be underneath all the black paper that you see here. And then I added the black, which is where I did the stenciling. I curled and ripped paper and then tucked in, after it was glued down, I tucked in bits and pieces of that trim. Instead of putting it all in there, I just glued the edge here and then just boop, tucked it right in there. So you'll see that in different places. My flowers arrangement with some cheesecloth behind it, and then this side here has a wing. Tim Holtz wing, I believe. And then on the other side is similar without a wing. Another arrangement. Everything got gessoed with a sponge dauber. Here's my top. And then this little handle here, I actually had two and I broke one because it was crooked. And I tried to straighten it out and it just snapped. That's how cheesy it was. But I picked it up at the same 99-cent store that I picked up the Trico flowers. So it was a set of 2 for 99 cents. So I just added one. But the only problem is I did screw it in. This side you don't see, but this side you can see the screw. So I'm going to have to remove it and just hot glue it. Since I'm not using it to lift there, I'm just going to hot glue it down or E6000. But it was this color, which to me was just too brass looking. So I went with the autumn gold and did some rub and buff on that. And then there's a key here, and the same technique, just curled up my papers, ripped some in some areas, and then tucked in pieces of that trim. And then I put in some eye hooks here and here, and added this really pretty thick black chain that I gessoed as well. And this was one of those packages of assorted chain from Michaels. They were on clearance for like $2.99. You got more than just one. You got several different chains. I also put the rest of the chain, because I did cut a piece off and I didn't want to just put it away or store it, and I just added it down here to use it up. Now, I'm going to lose my voice probably. Let's see if this works, because it's not easy doing this. Nope, it's not staying. So not easy to do this. Come on. Alright, I'll hold it like that. So anyway, I did not really finish the bottom. I did add the two papers and started my ripping and curling, but I decided not to go and do the rest that I had done on the sides because it wasn't going to be showing where I'm going to hang it, and then it's got this pretty lace on the bottom. On top of that lace, I added this black trim here that I used to sell in my one of my Facebook groups that I had to close down. It looks like this. You might be seeing that in some not packs, in some kits later. We'll see, because I still want to do my kits to sell. There's still glue strings, everyone. Also, all the little bits of doilies that you see here, here, and here, those are also from Rax. And I took this Prima, I believe it was Prima, metal lamp, and I painted it in gold, and then did a little bit of the rub and buff on this area here. The little books, I went ahead and painted the inside where the pages would be in gold, and then the outsides I just did the black soot instead of painting it. So that there's a book there, and then there's a couple of books around here. There's a little crown over here. I can't remember where that's from. It might be Tim Holtz, I'm not sure. This corner piece is from those metal embellishments from, they both have it at Michael's and Joann's. Also, the same brand has these, that says together. This one says forever. What else? I think that's it. Yeah. The little clock here. I don't remember where that comes from, but it might be another Tim Holtz piece. And then the Tim Holtz wing is here. So let's start with the inside box there. This first one here, there's a little metal piece in the back that says love, a little plastic red heart that's from the Dollar Tree, a resin flower that was in my stash, and then a really pretty earring, like a vintage style earring that was given to me in Iraq as well. And then over here is cheesecloth tucked back there, a Tim Holtz vial. The cork that goes in the vial is actually right here, and I just took a piece of the paper from the romance novel, rolled it up, distressed it and rolled it up and tucked it inside. There's a black flower here and some pearls scattered around. Really pretty black trim. I think it's from Joann's or maybe from Iraq, I don't know. A little wild orchid craft flower, a metal frame that was in my stash with a photo of my husband and me when we were dating. And over here with a little teapot, Edna Rubio made that for me. And it actually had the lid, spout, and the handle was a very dark purple, and I just painted it to match my project in gold. And in the back is a cameo, which I think is one of the cameos that Evie gave me, Turquoise Dot. Some more of the flowers, a little doily underneath, and the teapot is sitting on a really cute plate that I painted. It was a plastic piece used in party favors, and I bought a little set of them and just painted it. Some more trico flowers, and there's just the book stack, and back there is one of those Prima frames, resin frame I think. A little horse chess piece. It's plastic, it was black, and it's from the Dollar Tree. There's a large pearl next to the book with a flower in front of it, and there's actually a black flower way back here which you can't really see on the camera. Over here is, let me get the chain out. There we go. There's a whole bunch of little spools that I've inked the tops of with black soot and wrapped around those spools, and I think those spools were given to me in racks. I know I had bought a few, but most of these were from racks. And the little thimble and little iron from Monopoly is also from a rack, and the scissors is from a rack. Around the spools I added the Michaels trims. I used this one here, and then I used this one here and this one here. Okay, where was I? And then there's a doily underneath and some more pearls scattered around. And in the back, there's a tiny little tile that has my initial on it, and that was made by Amanda Shea. I can't remember her YouTube right now. It also says tomorrow. So I went ahead and used it in this project since this is for me. And the next one up is another book and doily, a little wooden phone that came from Kim, and I believe she got that from Crafty Embleys. And this is where I have all the little white flowers that are from Jane, and then a couple of wild orchid craft flowers, and way back there there's some more flowers tucked in there, and then a little frame, a plastic heart-shaped frame that's also from another rack, with a photo of my hubby and me on one of our New Year's Eve parties that we went to. That was in our early years. And then this tiny little box, which I didn't know what to do with, I put in some more of that black trim that is down here. And what else is in there? I can't see. A cameo that I had bought a while back. It might be one from Beady Bon Bon when she was selling stuff. And she's no longer selling anymore. And then there's a domino from Karen. She is Zucchini Kitty, I believe, and some flowers and a little broken Cupid or statue from Michaels. I mean, not from Tim Holtz. Those were when I bought a whole bunch from Tuesday morning. And then the next box, which is my favorite little box in here, is the one with my wedding photo when we're kissing. There is cheesecloth, there's some lace, there's some wedding, oops, wrong box, wedding sprays all the way back here and here. And the sprays have a little bit of tulle on them too. A wing on my frame, and that's a frame that I've been hoarding. And back here is a beaded trim heart shape that I've been hoarding. And a column. This is actually like a wedding cake column. I bought a few of these and I painted it in cream. Like I forgot to mention that I had painted the little guy here in cream as well, and then just did a little bit of black soot, just daubed it on a bit. And then this one, after I painted the cream, I went over it with some Rub and Buff. Over here, whoops, is a fake plastic, you can't really see, like an engagement ring, and I picked these up at Dollar Tree during Valentine's. It was like a huge ring. I had given one to, I think I used one in Harumi's engagement canvas that I made. I actually painted this one in gold because my engagement ring is gold. And then I did a little bit of a flower assortment. It goes here and back here with some beads, and then a little acrylic bird from Michaels. It comes on a spray. So that's it. I think I got it all. I think. I'm sorry if I didn't. So yeah, that's my project. And like I said, this is going to be the first one and only that I will be making. I won't be making any more of these. These little boxes are just too much for me to handle. I can do a large shadow box like my Asian ones, but this is just too much. But it's done. It's over with. I've conquered it. So thanks for everybody. Thanks to everyone for all the inspiration. Especially Jen, Oak Tree Vibration. She was like the last video that I had seen that really pushed me to do this. And then all the girls in my Facebook group that have been pushing me. So thank you so much. And thank you everybody for all the goodies that I've been using on my projects too. I'm sorry that I can't always remember everybody's names or who gave me what. It's really, really hard for me to remember anything, let alone who gave me what, but I do remember if I bought it or not. So, I don't know what I'm going to do next. I have to clean up my desk again. It's such a big mess. And I still need to make my kits that I wanted to sell. So I'm hoping that I can get to that next before I start on another project. So thanks for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Bye now.